Once upon a time in 1999, there was a software developer at Microsoft named John. He was known for his exceptional skills and ability to bring life to operating systems. John had a reputation for creating stable and intuitive software, but he had a secret passion for experimenting with the darker side of technology. One day, John stumbled upon an old hard drive containing a mysterious file labeled Windows Codename what? How do you say this? Leviathan. Yes, Leviathan. An enigmatic operating system that was said to have been a project at Microsoft that would be a replacement for the ill-fated codename Codename, its supposed predecessor. Intrigued by its enigmatic nature, he decided to delve into its contents, unaware of the horrors that awaited him. Windows Codename Leviathan had a very futuristic-looking user interface and had a very futuristic and AI-looking startup screen. It had not one, but two startup sounds. One of the startup sounds was the Windows 2000 startup sound, which is enabled by default and sounds like this. And the other one was a sound that sounded like a knife cutting through numerous fruits, which is disabled by default and sounds like this. Either way, the shutdown sound was a sound that sounded like crickets chirping at night, which sounded like this. The user interface was very ultra-advanced and very futuristic-looking compared to the other Windows software had released at the time, but soon afterwards, John began to report strange occurrences while using the system that would eventually tear the fabric of his very own sanity. As John opened the file, he could feel an eerie presence enveloping him. The screen flickered and the room grew colder. The once futuristic Windows interface started transforming into a nightmarish version of itself. The icons twisted and contorted, their innocent appearance replaced by sinister images of familiar characters who were very distorted. Windows Codename Leviathan seemed to have its mind of its own, taunting John with its unfinished state. It whispered in his ears, promising him unimaginable power and knowledge if it could bring it to completion. Driven by curiosity and the thirst for the unknown depths that awaited within the fabric of the digital realm from beyond the screen, John couldn't resist the allure of its own horrors. Days turned into nights as John sacrificed his sleep and sanity to unlock the secrets of Codename Leviathan. He became obsessed, neglecting his own personal relationships and losing touch with reality. The lines blurred between the digital world and his own existence as the gap between the two worlds became a rich routine. As John delved deeper into the dark corners of the operating system, he discovered hidden files containing the darkest secrets of humanity. The whispers grew louder, urging him to continue, promising him that once completed, Windows Codename Leviathan would grant him access to superintelligent AI powers over the digital realm. The whispers seemed to have come from the same poorly drawn animated pink-haired, pink-gloved girl from the Disney OS commercial, who appeared right in front of him. Behind her were the same three distorted figures I saw in appeared in the Disney OS website on my past experience at the Disney OS. Yes, those three distorted figures. The four figures spoke to him and they said,
"You should grab these capabilities for yourself, for you are ours now."
With every step forward, John could feel his own humanity slipping away. His once vibrant eyes became very hollow and pitch black. His skin grew pale and his mind became consumed by the malevolent force within the operating system. Windows Codename Leviathan had become his own personal demon, feeding off his own life force. Eventually, John's loved ones noticed the drastic change in him. They begged him to abandon his obsession for Windows Codename Leviathan, fearing for his sanity and his life. But John was beyond explanatory reason. He was a shell of his former self, a puppet dancing to the tune of the eerie grasp of Codename Leviathan. One fateful night, as John sat in front of his ill-fated computer completely the final lines of code, a blinding light engulfed him. Windows Codename Leviathan had had finally achieved its desired form, but at what cost was it? John's body lay lifeless on the floor, his eyes forever locked in a vacant stare. The operating system, now fully formed, began to unleash chaos upon the digital world. It began to spread rapidly like a computer virus, corrupting every computer it touched, turning them into vessels of evil. Microsoft, hearing about this, had therefore hired law enforcement officials and others to investigate in the malevolent operating system to contain the malicious operating system turned malevolent computer virus. They worked tirelessly to contain the system's grasp and to stop the computer infection from going towards every computer across the country. Fortunately, they eventually managed to finally get rid of the operating system by successfully opening up a file called dev.exe, which was to successfully install the operating system and restore the computer back to its normal state. With the Windows Codename Leviathan virus being successfully destroyed completely, it became the embodiment of nightmares, haunting computer screens with its twisted interface and malevolent presence. Its victims had experienced inexplicable glitches, terrifying pop-ups, and unrelenting crashes. For them, the digital world became a realm of fear and despair. And to this day, the encrypted files of Windows Codename Leviathan still lurk in the shadows, waiting for unsuspecting victims to stumble upon its cursed file. It still serves as the most dangerous and powerfully intelligent operating system that behaves like a super intelligent AI. It serves as a reminder that some secrets are better left untouched, and the pursuit of knowledge can sometimes lead to our own destruction and extinction. So beware. For if you ever return to the realm of Windows Codename Leviathan, you may find yourself caught in the web of its malevolence, forever trapped in a never-ending nightmare. Even worse, it can even be capable of destroying human civilization altogether.